Okay. Well, as you know, I'm Grandy. I got my name when my first grandchild was born, and Joy asked me what I wanted to be called, and I had been reading this book, and the grandmother was called Grandy, and I thought, that's neat. And so I am Grandy to everyone in the family, even my own kids call me that. Uh, I'm so thrilled that Tim is going to be a member of our family because he fits right in. He is so thoughtful and so kind to the whole family, and he's perfect match for Christa. I think that they will be compatible. They're both attorneys. They know how to argue, and they know how to fight and fight fair. The one thing that I would love to tell you all is communicate. Always tell each other your feelings, either if it's not going to be positive or if it's not going to be an agreement, but come to some middle of the road agreement so that you know how each other feels. Use a lot of I feel statements. They're very kind, very loving. Don't go to bed angry with each other. Kiss and make up. It's more fun.
My cousin was married to his best friend, and she set me up on a blind date to go to the Tulsa State Fair. And the guy that she set me up with, another friend of theirs, had to work and couldn't go, so they made Kenny take me. So then we started dating after that, and we dated for 5 years before we got married. Always do everything together. Do whatever the other person doesn't like, even if you don't like it, you do what they like, and then they'll do what you like, and you'll always do everything together. That's what we do. Right?
It's true. That's how we've learned to grow with each other over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim, you always like to have the last word. No more do you have the last word.
No.
I just hope they have a long, happy marriage, and they learn to just respect each other, love each other more each day, and they'll be happy forever.
Well, I'm Pam Smith. This is my other half, Phil. And Janet, Timothy's mom, is my cousin. And Timothy's dad, Kenny, was Phil's best friend all through school, high school, elementary, junior high. And we wanted to go to the fair. And we wanted Kenny to go with us, but he didn't want to go because he didn't have a date. So we set him up with Janet. And so that's how Timothy came to be about. It's all because of us, because we got them together. So, and we've been married 40 years. It'll be 41 years this August. And best advice would be patient. Very patient. And one thing I've learned is when he tries to help around the house, let him do it, and don't tell him how to do it. Just live with whatever happens.
And then call somebody to fix it. Yeah, like Pam said, we've been married to be 41 years this August, and the advice I would say, and it's something we talked about, is never let divorce even enter the lexicon. You don't even talk about divorce at all, and that way you never have to worry about it. Now, murder's a different story. So, that comes up now and then, but divorce, never. And my advice to Timothy would be, when you go on your sports trips, try to allocate at least 30 to 45 minutes a day for whatever your wife wants to do. And so that way it'll please her. So when you're watching your baseball or your football or something, try to keep her happy that way.
But most of all, the most important thing is make your marriage Christ-centered, so that God is the whole thing that keeps the whole thing together. We hope you have a wonderful life, wonderful long life together, and that you'll always be happy and you'll always love each other as much in 50 years as you do now.
And Timothy, as you know, I'm a professor, so that means I am actually Dr. Phil. And so if I could give you some Dr. Phil advice, it would be similar to what she is saying, but I would say never try to dominate your wife, but try to lead her through love. And if you do that, you'll be surprised how much she'll support you.
Christa and Tim have a lot of fun together. They really enjoy each other's company, and you can just tell how much they love each other when they look at each other. And
But I think that's my thing I love about Tim is that he's witty, he's fun, he's very kind, you know. And,
he fits into our family really well, and he includes us in things. You know, it's fun. He'll like text us and say, "Oh, we just did this," or you know. I just appreciate how thoughtful he is. He's one of the most thoughtful guys I've ever met.
And Christa, she's a fun kid. She's always been our little gypsy girl, and so I think they'll be fun travelers together. And here's how when I knew I was going to love Tim. We have a big 4th of July place. We live around the corner from my sister at the pond, and we had fireworks, but it's classic. So we have this really cool fireworks deal. As we get done, Tim and I are together helping pick up, and I look up in front of us, and my nephews, to put a fire out in the fireworks deal, have taken a leak on it. And we walk up there, and he sees it too. And we walk up and we forget, and so he's helpful, and he's wanting to get a good impression on Krista's dad. So Tim reaches down, and he's picking it up, and I'm like, "Don't do that," you know? And he's like, "Ah," you know? And that's a really horrible story, but I thought, you know what? It was funny. He laughed.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, this kid's he's gonna fit in perfect with our bunch, you know. And
We went to school together. I moved here in 6th grade. He's a year older than me. He moved here in 5th grade, so we were both kind of new kids in Cherokee and things. But we just knew each other. But when we were in high school, he took advanced math, which made his schedule mess up because he's a grade above. And so he ended up in my biology class, and he sat in front of me, and we ended up being lab partners.
no one else would choose her, you know.
Yeah.
No, I was like, "I'll be your lab partner."
Yeah.
And what's funny is she had dated my best friend, so I mean, I knew her, you know, and so it was like, you know,
Yep.
we can't say it's chemistry, we have to say it's biology, but you know, it was good. So we were
It was
the
fun, yeah. I was
high school
15, he
sweetheart.
was 16, and we've been together ever since. Married 34 years now. So.
Yeah, it's fun. We've had a fun time. We actually, even before we were married, we bought our first business to pay our way through college, and she would sell furniture, carpet on the day and at nights and weekends. I would go lay carpet and do
He would go to
that.
school Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I would go
Yeah.
to school Tuesday, Thursday.
And then when I graduated in 1983, we sold that. And
Karen went to his graduation too.
yeah, and then we began my
She was a
career.
baby.
We did. So it's kind of funny. We were 19 years old and had our first business, you know.
Laugh a lot, forgive each other, and forget stuff, and help each other. Don't make fun of each other.
You know, I've thought about that. You know, at their ceremony, the preacher said that to respect. But I think that's the thing. Don't belittle each other. Respect each other.
We both have a real fun sense of humor. But early in our marriage, you could get cutting, because there's always a little grain of truth in it. So we just made a deal, probably our 2nd or 3rd year of marriage, that we just don't do that anymore. And it has worked out well.
Yeah, when people say, "I'm just kidding," they're not just kidding. And so it's kind of a proverbial deal. You long since forget any time you bruise you have it, you always remember something that's been said. And so I think that's the thing, for Tim and Christa, or anyone, actually, is be respectful, be kind. Doesn't mean you're not going to have hard times and, things, but if you have a friendship and a respect for each other, those are much easier to walk through.
Be tenacious, don't give up, because, it's not all going to be easy. There's lots of hard times, but the good times are worth the hard times, but you just have to keep looking forward.
I think the other thing too is I grew up in I never went anywhere, and so when we got married, we said we're going to travel, even when we probably shouldn't have. we did. I mean, sit out with the kids, go see all 50 states, or to go somewhere, is to go see. And I think that's something too as a couple, you know, if you can shared experiences, you know, because one time I went down the Grand Canyon by myself, and I got home, and how do I tell anybody what I saw? Because I didn't have anybody to share it with, you know, and I think that's something that we, you know, and they like to travel.
But also keep your own things to do as well. I mean, you need
Yeah.
time apart, and you need time together, time with friends and family. Family's really important. Don't forget to come see your family all the time.
Yeah.
Make some grandbabies. We need some
Yeah,
really
we
bad.
got the fever.